everyone, Pellets here. Welcome back to Dauntless. We're taking a look at the axe today, which is probably the final weapon I'm going to be showing off prior to the open beta coming out on the 24th of May, mainly because I'm out of town and I recorded all these ahead of time. The axe, I think, is another weapon very similar to my opinions of the war pike, where your ability to understand the fight you're in and find opportunities to really exploit your weapon strength is going to shine. So a really, really good axe player is going to be miles ahead of an average axe player if they understand the fight that they're on. If we go ahead and take a look at the combos, it's not too complicated, boys. It's really not too complicated at all. We have a double light attack into a double heavy attack, and then just a bunch of heavies. But what you need to understand about the axe is each attack is done with purpose. So for instance, we can charge our first attack to 3 stages, and then charge the second attack in this combo to 3 stages to deal a devastating amount of damage, and then we can continue to chop away at the ground until there's nothing left of the behemoth. But when are you actually going to find opportunities in fights to get the full effect of that? Well, not very often, especially in solo play. Now, if you're playing with someone using a hammer and they're able to knock the boss out and stun them on a pretty regular basis, boop them on a pretty regular basis, then that is going to open up a lot of possibilities. But it is fully possible to solo everything with the axe. So, think of your light and heavy attacks as just different directions. Your light attack is all vertical, as you can see here. Makes it easier to target specific body parts that you want to take off of the enemy behemoth. And then your right attack is all horizontal. Just does sweeping attacks. Okay, well, it starts horizontal. You get what I'm saying. And the reason you would use the horizontal attack is because you're actually able to move around while you're channeling this. So you can kind of get back into range of the behemoth, move around to maybe hit him in the face, and just reposition in general while this is happening. With the vertical attack, with the light attack, you are locked in position the whole time. So your positioning becomes more important than ever before. Also, if you release your attack at the appropriate time, you gain an armor effect right here. You'll notice I kind of pulsate out an aura. While I do that, on the exact moment, I release the attack the exact moment that the 3rd charge stage is achieved. So 1, 2, rah! That allows me to completely immune a knockback from a boss. I still take damage, but I don't get interrupted. Now, the special bar for the axe user, located once again at the top left, is a damage increase that builds up only when you're dealing damage with charged attacks. So if you walk into these fights and you're just sitting here doing this, you're, number one, not going to be dealing very much damage at all, but you're not going to be stacking up your charge meter either, which means that you're going to be limiting your DPS quite a bit once more. In today's video, we're going up against our old buddy, the Nasher, the tier 2, basically beginner behemoth. There he is, off to the side. Because I will admit that I'm not as good with the axe as I used to think I was. Basically, when the wipe happened in the last phase of the closed beta, I became a sword main and kind of forgot how to do everything else. But I still wanted to give you guys a good idea of what to expect when you're jumping in. So we should have a second here to do the 3 charge. So that is a pretty sizable amount of damage to the head of the behemoth. Now, you do have to manage your stamina quite a lot here. So if you're using an axe, using stamina potions may not be a bad idea for you to do on a regular basis. I know he always rolls out to the right here. You can, by the way, trade off on combos halfway through. So let's go ahead and use a stamina potion just so I can show that off. What I mean by that is you can start with this horizontal swing, and then after the second attack, you can swap over to the vertical combo. Oh, yeah. Also, you can do a rolling charge attack as well, or a rolling attack into a charged attack. That super armor there was what allowed me to nullify that hit and continue charging. Here we go. Let's try to hit the tail. I think it's a little too far. Definitely too far. Ouch, buddy. Yo, you're making me look bad over here. So, knowing when and when you cannot get the maximum charge is actually really important. So you should just be looking for opportunities to deal charge damage at all. So even one tick of charge is impactful. You never want to just swing. It's always building up charge in some capacity and then looking for that opening. Let's try to get our meter filled up so I can show you guys what that looks like. There we go. There we go. Oh, also, every attack after a successful charge attack will build up your meter. You don't have to charge each one after that. So, our special is a very hard hit to the boss, to the behemoth. And now you'll notice that our bar has changed, and it has a number 1 next to it. So we have 1 stack of our damage increase. If we continue to put pressure on this behemoth, if we continue to attack, come back. Come back. See, I think I use the horizontal charge too much because I just don't fucking know where to stand. Like, I really think that's what it is. I'm not recommending that you just walk around with this thing fully charged all the time. In no means. Here, I can swap over to this one, though. Beautiful. Now we're doing the max damage for a second. We are going to get knocked back here, but I'm going to take it. Never mind, no, I'm not. Okay, he's going to be doing his tail slap. So, I just need 1 thing of charge. Oh, I didn't get it! There it is. So, we can use our special ability again. When this impacts, we now have 2 stacks of the damage buff. This goes up to a maximum of 3, and each stage you go up lasts a little bit less time. So if you are going to maintain 3 stacks of the whoa there, bud. If you're going to maintain 3 stacks of the damage increase, that means that you're going to have to be relentless with your attacks. You're going to have to be chasing after the behemoth all of the time. I think I got it. Oh, but I missed the damage somehow. You're going to have to be chasing after this guy all the time in order to keep that damage rolling. And again, I'm playing like crap today, which just happens to be the day I'm performing all of these weapon, tutorials. I'm not as bad as I look, let's just put it that way. We do have a good opportunity to do our unlimited damage combo, which again is really easy to do. It's just normal attacks. It's just your light attacks for any other weapon. It's your left clicks. If you manage to get enough of those going, nice, I immuned that one. You can just sit here and wail into the ground. Unfortunately, I was right under his legs when he was starting to berserk. I do want to cut this tail off if at all possible. I do have another charge now, which is going to allow me to enter the 3rd state of the damage increase. If you miss with this attack, I mean, it can take a long time to charge up, so you don't want to miss, but if you do, if you do, all you have to do is build up half of the meter again. You do not have to go back and build up the whole meter. You get half of it back. They go a little easy on you, boys. Don't worry. I really would like to cut this tail off. I'm not using the vertical attack enough. The horizontal attack just kind of goes underneath him there. Oh, he's going to heal. Let's get in position. I'm just going to hit him right in the face. Yeah! That was his arm. Hopefully he comes back. No! There we go. And in order to keep this 3rd stage of the buff going, that does require you to, land the attack again. It just doesn't go over that maximum of 3 charges. You get a pretty cool axe effect while that's happening as well, which is pretty cool. Now, this is my biggest complaint with the axe. I'm losing that charge pretty quickly, pretty fast. But I'm not fighting the behemoth right now because we did so much damage to him that he wanted to run away. So if I don't find him soon, which it doesn't look like I'm going to, I think he was actually higher up the mountain. If I don't find him soon and build up another charge of our special ability, then I'm going to lose all of my stacks at one time. You don't go from 3 to 2, you go from 3 to 0. So it is imperative that I get back in this fight soon. But even if I do, I don't think I'm good enough with the axe to actually build up this charge fast enough to hang on to our buff. He should yell because I just showed up. So we can do a full charge here. Another full charge here. He backed up too much. Feels bad. Give me that tail. But for instance, when he charges forward, part of the nuance of using the axe is being in the exact spot you need to in order to get that damage off right away. So I know he rolls to the right, so I can roll into a charge attack, and if I was a little bit faster, potentially get a tier 3 attack off in that situation. Because I know the fight, and because I know his moves, and I know where I need to position. So I did miss my strike there because he was kind of stunned and moved backwards, which is unfortunate. So it looks like I am going to be losing my tier 3 bonus. Just lost it. But you'll notice, again, we retained half of the special bar. We don't have to build up the whole thing. And when he charges forward, there's definitely an opening there to get a 3 charge attack on its tail. Like, that's enough time. It's just expecting it and reacting to it in time. That is the nuance. That is the difficulty of actually using the axe in a, like, good way. And once again, just like the Warpike, I think there's so much room for a good axe player to stand out above a mediocre axe player like myself. There's so much room to show off your knowledge of the game while you're using this weapon. And that's one thing I really like about it. I mean, I can't do it. I'm not good enough to do it, but other people definitely can. I do want to hit him in the head just so I can stun him. It looks like he is running away, so this may be our opportunity. I'm going to use my special attack right on his noggin. No! How did that miss? All right, we knocked him out. We got the kill. The poor little Nasher's being bullied again. This was just a very basic look at the axe, and I want to stress that I'm not very good at it, but it is a weapon that you can really stand out from the rest of the pack while using if you decide that you want to master it. It has a very basic concept. It's just understanding how much charge you can get out at any given time to really get the full effect out of the weapon. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.